Alright, so the first thing that I like to do when it comes to trying to see a few more views on my eBay listings is to reduce the price. Now I know a lot of you are probably thinking, Sam, I don't want to reduce the price because I'm going to make less money. But the thing about eBay is that if you sell your product less than what you intend to sell it for, and then you slowly start to see sales that way, the more sales that you get at the lower price, the more you're going to rise in the eBay search results. So what I normally do is that I come to this section here where I revise my listing. So let's say, for example, I need to sell my product at $39.99 for me to make the profit that I want to make. What I'll do is that I'll sell the product at $34.99, and then whenever I make a sale, what I'll do is that I'll come back and then I'll slowly increase the price to $35.99, and then when I make a couple more sales, what I'll do is that I'll change the price to $36.99, and then if I make a couple more sales after that, I would then change the price to $38.99. I'm sure that you guys get what I'm trying to say. The more sales that you make at the lower price, you slowly and gradually increase the price to your target price. And the reason why I do this is because there's two different types of buyers on eBay. There's one buyer that will just come to the homepage just like this and type in the item that they're searching for. So for example, if a customer comes onto eBay because they want to buy hair straighteners, what they will do is that they'll type in hair straighteners into the search bar, they'll scroll down, and then what they're most likely going to do at this point is buy the one that's at the top of the search results because it's easier for them. But there's a second type of customer that will actually filter the results by coming here and then clicking on lowest price. And I'm sure that a lot of you guys probably do this as well. You probably go to a website like Amazon, eBay, any type of website that you're looking to buy something from, and then search by lowest price first. And then what this customer is most likely going to do from this point is just buy the cheapest one in the list once they filtered it from the lowest price first. So for you guys out there that are struggling to get sales, what you can do is use this method of rising in the eBay search results. List your price cheaper than what you intend to sell it for, because you're going to be able to target these customers that are searching for lowest price, because the more sales that you're able to get, the more you're going to rise higher. So this is something that you guys need to know if you are looking to see a little bit more sales from your eBay store. You might have to take a loss, but over time, the more you rise in the eBay search results, the more sales you're going to be able to make, and you're going to be able to recoup your losses. So that's it for the first thing that you can try. Let's go over to the next one. One common mistake that I see a lot of new eBay sellers making is that they're charging a separate amount for postage on their eBay listings. But what you need to do is include the postage cost that it's going to cost you to ship it out to the customer within the actual price of the product. So the customer pays for the postage and the price of the product at the same time. The reason why you want to do this is because if you try and charge a separate amount as well as the actual product price as well to the customer, so they're going to have to pay two separate amounts. Subconsciously, they're going to feel like they're paying too much. But if you just charge the customer one amount and then include that postage price into the actual price of the product, then you're more likely going to get a lot more views on your listing. A lot of customers don't necessarily click on listings that show that they're going to have to pay a separate amount. If I just jump back onto eBay, we can see that if you select free postage when you actually list your item, it's going to come up with this section here where it says free 3-day postage. So eBay is essentially putting it in big green bold text to the customer that they're getting free postage. So psychologically, this is going to make them want to click into your listing. And we can also see that majority of the listings at the top of the search results are using free postage when they're listing their product. As we can see, free postage, free postage, free postage. So this is what you're going to need to do if you want to get more clicks on your listing. So what I personally like to do is offer free postage, but I do also charge a premium delivery service as well. So let me just jump into one of my listings right here. As you can see, I offer free postage for Royal Mail 24, which is going to take 1 to 2 days for the customer to receive. And the way that you select free postage is by selecting this option here where it says free P&P. I also offer Royal Mail first class sign for, but for this, the customer is going to have to pay £1.99. And I also offer Royal Mail special delivery, which is essentially next day postage, which is going to get to the customer by 1 p.m. And I charge £8.99 for this. So because I'm offering this free postage right here, I'm going to get a banner on my listing that's going to say free postage, which means that customers are more likely to click into my listing, which has allowed me to make multiple sales every single day. So this is a trick that you guys can use with your listings from today. Let's go over to the next one. So one of the next things that you guys need to make sure that you're doing is using the best picture possible as your main picture on your listing. So what I like to do is look at what the sellers at the top of the search results are doing with the products that I'm selling, because it all depends on which product you're selling and what the sellers are doing at the top of the search results. If majority of them are using clean images, then you might want to copy them and try that out. If that doesn't work, then maybe you can change it. But most of the time with most of my listings, a clean white background normally gets me a lot of sales. So if I jump back into my laptop right here and type in Blender, as we can see, majority of the sellers at the top of the search results have this clean white background. this one has it, this one has it, you know, this one has it, this one has it. Majority of them have a clean white background. And because of that, these sellers are able to make 9 sales in the last 24 hours, as well as 1,900 different sales from the time that they started selling this particular product. So a clean white background is normally good. What I'm going to quickly do is show you an example of a seller that's not getting any sales, and we can look at the differences between the images, between the one at the top of the search results and the one that's not necessarily getting any sales. So let's go. All right, so I've gone all the way to page 20 and I found this seller right here. Straight away, you guys can see that the image is not as nice as the ones at the top of the search results. They've got a lot of text there and I can't even read it. I'm sure that you guys can't read it. They've got text there as well. You know, the image is not as nice as what the sellers at the top of the search results are using. If I just click into this actual listing, we can see that they've only made 1 sale as well. So we can see the difference between the seller that was able to sell 2,000 units and this one that's only been able to sell 1 unit. So it's very important to make sure that you're using clean images when you're listing your products. So there's various different ways that I like to find images to use for my eBay listing. I'm not going to go too much into details in this video because I want to go through the last 2 things that you guys can try to get more views on your listing. But if you want to watch a 15-minute webinar where I break down my journey of building my eBay store from $0 to $3,000 per day in sales, then click the link in my pinned comment down below or the first link in my description. Let's go over to the next change that you guys can make to your eBay listing from today to make more sales. So the next thing that you guys can try to get more views on your listing and get more clicks is by using eBay advertising. Now, the reason why I like to use eBay advertising is because if you get clicks and you get sales using eBay ads, automatically you're going to rise to the top of the eBay search results because, again, if you remember from what I said at the beginning of this video, if you make sales, even if you list the product cheaper than what you intend to sell it for and you make sales, eBay is going to see it as someone saw your listing, they clicked on it and they purchased your product. So if you do use eBay advertising to try and make sales, you're going to be able to rise to the top of the eBay search results, and then you can switch off the advertising so that you don't have to pay any ad fees, but you're still going to be able to be a little bit higher in the eBay search results and make sales that way. So I'm just going to jump into this new eBay store that I've been running. So as you can see, I've been able to get 2,000 clicks by using eBay advertising. I've also been able to get a 5.7% increase in impressions for my listings as well. I've been able to sell 110 different products on this eBay store, and I've been able to make 2,741 sales in the last 30 days, which is a 2.25% increase in sales. So if I just click on create new campaign, now when it comes to running eBay advertising on your eBay store, there's various different types of campaigns that you can choose. There's multi-buy campaign, there's promoted listings, there's various different types. If you want me to make a full step-by-step video on how to use eBay advertising so that you know exactly what you need to do step by step, then put it in the comments down below, eBay advertising, and I'll make that video as soon as possible. So the final thing that I'm going to discuss in today's video when it comes to trying to get more sales on your listing is to ultimately cancel the listing and then try again. A lot of people think that just because they've spent time listing their product, it has to sell and they have to keep that exact same listing. But if you list your product and you don't get any sales and you try all of the things that I've spoken about in today's video and you still don't get any sales, you can always end the listing and then try again. And when you list the product the second time, try and use all of the tactics that I've said in today's video. Sometimes when you list a product and it's been on eBay for a month, 2 months, and then you try and make changes to it, you're still not going to be able to get any viewers or any eyeballs on your listing. So it's always good to try and end listings and then start again. This is what I've been doing from the start of my eBay career up until now. If a listing doesn't perform well within the first week, I simply end it and then start again. There's no harm in ending a listing if it doesn't perform well and then trying again. Most people make the mistake of thinking that just because they've spent time listing a product, they need to keep that listing forever. But if it doesn't do well, just end it and then start again. So this is the final thing I want you guys to do. If none of the other techniques that I've said in the video has worked, then end the listing and start again. But there's so many other tips and tricks that I could have went through in today's video, but I didn't want the video to be 20 or 30 minutes long. I wanted to keep it short and sweet. So make sure that you subscribe down below, hit the bell notification so that you don't miss all the future videos that I'm going to be releasing. If you found any value in this video, don't forget to press the like button. And if you want to watch a video where I break down the secrets that eBay sellers are using to beat the eBay algorithm, then click the link above right there. You're not going to regret it. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.